Hello, hello. So, welcome to my channel. And today, welcome, beautiful mind and joyful people. Welcome to my channel. And my name is Yogesh Dhruv, and I'm a mindfulness coach. So, I'm very excited today that you all are joining and listening today. Um, Today, we are going to share some techniques and also the life experiences. Uh, the topic for today is how to be abundant when you are fraught with scarcity. So, how to be abundant when you are filled up, filled with scarcity mindset or full of scarcity mindset. So how to be abundant in spite of scarcity. uh, okay, so let's so I'm going to share some insights and also some life experiences on this topic today. So let's deep dive into this. So first of all, I think the first technique is being in acceptance and in gratitude. So, what I mean is, whenever there is any kind of scarcity or lack comes in your mind, in your thoughts and feelings. So, what I would do is sit down in a quiet place and breathe, nice and relaxing, soothing 3 times. Breathe in and breathe out. Do that 3 times nicely. When you do that 3 times, the all your brain functioning gets little bit quieter, calming down, and you can observe your feelings and sensations. So sit down quietly, take those 3 breaths, relaxing, soothing breath, and see what feelings are coming, right? So uh, I would do close the eyes. I would close my eyes. So you have to be careful when you are doing this exercise. You are not driving or you are not in a other kind of environment. So please be aware that this practice to be done when you are, in your home or in your office where there is a safe space, and also you have a quiet, room for yourself. So do in a safe space, in a quiet room. So close your eyes and just observe your thoughts and feelings. So just for a few minutes, observe your thoughts and feelings, whatever the feelings are coming. So you may be feeling, there is a scarcity. So you observe them, and then as they go, just observe them. Let them come and let them pass by. So the thoughts are coming, Let it be very frightening or sad or depressing. Let them come. Let them come. Just let it go. And as you go and do that for a couple of minutes, see and try and let them, just accept them. Accept them the way they are. There is no reactions to be done, no rejections to be done, or there is no following with the thoughts, and just observe them. So when you do this, as you, the thoughts get slowing down, and then as you see that this is happening, then slow down of the thoughts, slow down of the mind, and then feelings and sensations in the body, observe them. So as you observe them, you will see there is a little bit shift. As you accept them, there is a shift that happens because you are not rejecting or you are not reacting to any of those thoughts, any of the feelings. So, yeah. So once you start accepting them, even if they are sad or frightening, no matter what, but you start accepting them. And the moment you start accepting, then you ask a question that there is a lesson. There is a lesson for me. So, what is that lesson? There is a lesson from the universe. So, what is that lesson? If there is a lesson for me, that means there is an opportunity to learn a new, uh, new thing in my life. So, the moment you ask the question, the mind will tell you the answer. Let's say, yeah, this is an opportunity here to learn something new in your life. So then, if there is an opportunity, immediately I shift that, okay, there is an opportunity. So I need to be in gratitude. I am in gratitude. I am in gratefulness. So that if I am in gratitude, then I am in a grateful to the situation. And the moment that gratitude comes into play, immediately there is abundance. You feel abundant because now you have an opportunity to learn something new in your life. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing about lack. There is nothing about scarcity anymore. So this is the shift which happens in sitting in that quiet moment for a couple of minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, or depending on your thing. So yes, so this is okay. I see there is in the chat. Avdi is there. Hello, Avdi. Welcome to the channel. So I'll yeah. Let's continue. So the moment that gratitude comes, then it is immediately, there is abundance, that the universe is giving me an opportunity to learn here, and there is abundance of new opportunity, new thing to learn. And it is a gratitude feeling, so gratefulness. So let me explain. This is by my life experience. So just last year, we moved from East Coast to West Coast, and we were staying in Airbnb, like we were renting an Airbnb apartment, and my wife got a little bit, having some health and well-being issue. So yes, Audi, yes, your question is in the United States. Yes. So we were in East Coast, United States, and then moved to West Coast in United States. So my wife had some well-being, challenge, and she could not, function in kitchen and other areas of the house just for the regular things. And so I had to start working in preparing some meals or in kitchen, helping her. And normally I do not do the all those kitchen work because I'm not trained probably, and I'm not also used to that kind of preparation of meals and preparation in the kitchen. So I got like frightened. I had also lack feeling that, oh, how am I going to handle this situation? Because if wife is not able to function for certain days or a week, then I will be in trouble. I mean, who is going to prepare the meals and prepare all our lunch and dinner and everything? So what will we do? I mean, we can't go out every day for the restaurants and all that, which is not good, which we don't like it. So, and normally, we prepare a home cooked food. And so we would like to do it, that home cooked meals. So I got that scarcity that, oh, what will happen now? So who is going to do this, all these things? And so I got worried. I had that kind of a scarcity that, oh, how will this be handled? And so the moment I just immediately sit down quietly, take three nice deep, relaxing breath 3, 4 times, just quiet down my mind, and then calm down it. And then I started, I closed my eyes and just started thinking, okay, what are the thoughts coming? So all the thoughts were coming. Oh, who's going to prepare the meals, and who is going to prepare the lunch and dinner, and who's going to bring the groceries and everything, right? So it was very exhausting. The thoughts come, and I just observe them and let it go. So slowly that thoughts come, and I was just observing my feelings, and the thoughts, they come and they go. They come and they go. So they come and pass by. There is no reactions, there is no rejections, and they just come and go. So slowly, after a few minutes, it settles down, and then I started accepting them. So the moment I accept it the way it is, even if was like little bit worries, and there was some kind of scarcity, anxieties, and all that, but I was just accepting it. The moment I asked, then I question that there is a lesson for me. So what is the lesson here? I asked that question to my mind and to the universe, that what is the question? what is the what is the lesson? So the question is, what is the lesson for me? So the moment I ask that question to my mind, to the universe, that what is the lesson here that I have to learn? So the answer came that this is the time you have not learned how to prepare and meal in your life. All these years, you even this is an essential part of everybody. One should learn that how you can, like, for a few days, sometimes somebody gets not available or something, and then if you don't want to go out eating every day, then you got to prepare your own meal or your dinner. So this is the right time. This is an opportunity for you to learn, and also it will be good for your wife so that you can serve her as well for whatever couple of days. And then I said, oh, man, that means if I'm going to learn, I'm going to get that opportunity of learning. Immediately, guess what? Immediately, when you are learning something in from that opportunity, immediately there is a gratitude feel. Oh, I'm grateful that this opportunity is giving me that particular time to learn, and like, get me prepared for those kind of situations, so that I don't have to worry about if something happens in the future. I'm ready. I'm ready to handle it. So why there is any kind of anxiety about this? And then I will be like, I will become a master of that art, preparing things in kitchen. So immediately when I switched, the mind switched after asking that question, and I accepted that situation, and opportunity to learn a new lesson. Suddenly there is an abundance. Now there is no scarcity there. There is no lack. There is no anxiety, because I'm going to learn a new technique, new things of in my life which will be helpful in future. So anytime any situation arises in our household, I can handle it. So see, it is so easy how you can turn that scarcity mindset into abundance mindset in very, like, very simple method, simple technique. And within like couple of minutes, maybe 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like that. So that's one particular technique. And another thing also I tell you is that when I do that gratitude, there is also a faith. So you see, there is a faith in in uh, in that learning. So I also put my faith there. So there is a faith and patience, because there is a patience required. So faith, patience. So there are four important words here. Number one is acceptance. Number two is gratitude, feeling the gratitude. Number three is faith. And number four is patience. So we have to keep that in mind, that all these four words are very important, okay, in this technique. So that is technique number one. Now, let me tell you about another second technique which can be used. And this is about, journaling. So what I do is, I practice journaling in the second method. So whenever there is a scarcity mindset comes in, then I sit down, take a, notepad with a pen, and start writing down all the thoughts and feelings. So I start writing it down, whatever thoughts and feelings are coming, start writing it down. So I started writing it down, and then I ask question, what will happen next? So, as we go 3 times, ask what will happen next? What will happen next? What will happen next? So if you ask those 3 questions and ask in, sequentially, and see what answer comes. So when you ask those 3 times, then you can ask the next question, is that what is the probability of that thing happening from 1 to 10 scale? So is it highest probability is 10? So rank them by number 1 to in the scale of 1 to 10. So 1 being the lowest probability and 10 being the highest probability. So when you rank them in that probability, then you can know that how severe is that situation. And then once you do that, you can ask another question, is that have you seen anybody in your family or friends or in that network this is happening? And if that the probability of the scale is say less than 3, and if you say that this is happening with other people as well, that means that the probability is very low, and it is a general thing. It is nothing to worry about, or not like very high, serious thing. So in that case, um, you know, then the next question would be that is this real or is this true? That scarcity or that fear, is that true or false? Is that real or not real? The moment you ask that question, immediately, there will be a shift from that scarcity to shift in abundance. So let me give you an example here. Okay, so this is again life example in my life experience in my life. So a few years ago, you know, in my business there was a slowdown, and we had some cash flow constraints. So we were like, running low on the cash flow, and we had issues, paying the employees, paying myself, and all other people, and also meeting the expenses. So I started writing it down. Like, I was in scarcity. I was like really fearful. I said, man, I'm full of fear. And how am I going to run this business, and what will happen to this, and how we are going to handle this situation, so on and so on. So I started writing it down one by one, everything that, okay, this will happen, that happens, this happens, and like that. So the moment I started writing it down, slowly, everything comes out, all the sadness, all the fear, all the anxieties and the worries and overwhelm, all those lower vibrations started coming. And I was like, I said, oh man, this is really scary. Yeah, I was scary. It was scary. I was scared because of that lack, because of lack of funds, availability of funds and money. So it was quite a trouble. I mean, it was a tough situation. And then I started writing it down. And as I wrote down and I asked this question, what happens next? What happens next? What happens next? Then it gave me the answers that this will happen, then this will happen. And then you might have to, borrow some money or, funds from other people or some institute or financial institutions or from friends or family, all that, like, what will happen. And then I say, what happens next? And they say, okay, then this will happen that, okay, if you have to pay high interest rates and you have to pay, mortgage, I mean, all the higher interest rate, you have to borrow the money at very high interest rates. So again, it is like debt. So you are borrowing money and debt. So you are in debt. So again, how will you repay the payment of the debt? So all these questions come, and so what happens next? What happens next? And then after 3 times, like, okay, I said, what is the probability in 1 to 10, in the scale of 1 to 10, what is the probability that this will happen? Is it 1 or 10, or it is in between? So the moment I asked that question, immediately, my mind said, well, the probability is unknown, but it could be less than like 2 or 3. That because we have done this several years in the business, there is up and down, so it can be, the probability would be low. And then I said another question that, okay, have you seen this happening in another businesses or another, like, families? And I said yes. Okay, then is that fear real? Is that scarcity mindset, is that true or false? And I said, well, it is like a fear, as I say. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So it is kind of false. So the moment I say false, my mind shifts immediately. If it is not real and you are thinking as if it is real, so is that scarcity is correct? Is that scarcity right? Is that fear, is that something to be worried about? The mind immediately shifted, says, no, no way. I mean, it is just my survival mind which is driving me to those survival and lower vibrations, and that is why it is happening. So I said, man, this is really the moment, that immediately the mind will shift into that kind of, scarcity to abundance. Now, so there is a shift from scarcity to abundance because this is not real. This is not truth. It is definitely something from that survival mind, which is bringing me all the scarcity and threat and fears, which is not true. So the journaling and asking this couple of questions to your own mind and to the universe gives you all the answers, and then there is a shift. And then another thing also I ask is, okay, is that serving you? Is that feelings and fears serving you? And I said, no, it's not serving me. Okay, then change, then shift and go into do something which is, you know, which is what would you like to do? And I said, well, I want to be, I want to be happy. I want to be joyful. I want to be peaceful. I don't want to stay in that fears and that lack and scarcity. So, uh, yeah. So immediately see that shift happens because of the questions we ask and the answers we get, and how you do the journaling. The art of journaling is very important, and you start asking these questions. It's like a conversation for between yourself, your analytical mind and your true self. So you ask these questions in conversations and you get the answers. And that answers will shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. So hope that gives you some insight. And then once I change that, immediately there is like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what, then I create a goal statement, and that goal statement is positive statement, and then I integrate them into the system. So I'm free, I get relieved. I'm free from that scarcity. I'm relieved. I'm in freedom, joy, and peacefulness. So that is method number two. And then, and the one thing I do after this exercise is take one action. So take one action which is really like, which you love doing it, like you love and enjoy that particular task or an activity. So anything, just for an example, I like to listen to, a nice soulful music. So whenever there is, this particular kind of, scarcity or things come into your mind or in your thought, immediately, after I do this, any one method, I practice one activity or an action is, listening to the music. So I really, connect with that music, the words, the lyrics, the music behind in the background, connect with that and feel that, and that I enjoy it. So, your mind is really in joy. You are in presence of joy and peace, and and like a very happy and excited moments. And then you forget about that scarcity mind and all that fears. Everything is gone now. So see, the whole scarcity becomes abundance. I tell you another story, another, when I was in India, and I was learning from my guru, and suddenly in the middle of the night, we were in the camp, in the retreat. We were in silent retreat, and then in the middle of the night, my guru, they said, okay, let's go for a mountain, up in the mountain in the night. And we kind of shocked, that, oh, man, this is middle of the night, there's no light there, everything is dark. How are we going to go up the mountain? We went, but because when Guru says, you have no other choice but just go up the mountain. So we just followed him, and we went up the mountain, and that in the dark, we had all the trouble, climbing it up there, and it was cold out in the night, and we had nothing, just like slight small little cloth to wrap around, and but we went up. But the moment we went up, it like we were all like kind of a little bit scared about the whole going up and climbing the mountain. But the moment we reached up, the sky and the stars, and we slept over that in the open under the sky, I realized suddenly that there is abundance of the space, the sky, the clouds, the moon, the moonlight. We were just amazed to see all that. Such a nice feeling. So, see, that is the time I really felt abundance. That the nature has got so much in abundance of space, of air, like the air we breathe, is so much in abundance. The moonlight and all the greenery around. So they have so much of abundance in nature, and we feel always like scared, fearful, and sadness, and depression. But when you are connecting with the nature, when you connect with the nature, whether it is like trees or park and this forest or mountain, lakes or ocean, the beach, it's so abundance. There is so abundance in the nature. There is no scarcity. Everything is in abundance. So that is the true feeling I got that night when I was in the top of the mountain in the middle of the night. So see that abundance is everywhere when you connect with the nature. And when we do this exercise, and I also in mindfulness coaching, when I connect with all the clients, you know, this is what we practice. And it is so much of a joy to be in that abundance. There is no scarcity, there is no fear. And, we really enjoy that uh, abundance. Okay, so I think I have concluded this part today. So I have explained it very clearly that how you can be in that, abundance uh, from that scarcity mindset. So whenever you have that scarcity, so let me summarize this briefly. So number one method is acceptance of the situation, of the thoughts, of the feelings, and being in gratitude. So that is very helpful to shift from scarcity to abundance. And the method number two is journaling with asking right questions so that you get again that shift from scarcity to abundance. And then do something as an action which you really enjoy in your life. So you enjoy your the any activity or any action you can take, just so that you get out of that lower vibrations to the higher vibrations of joy, of peacefulness, happiness, and bliss. All right, so thank you. I really appreciate your time watching this video, and yeah, I wish you all the success, and we'll see you in the next video. And if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel. And you can also put your comments. If you have any comments, you can also write the comments, and then I can also respond back to you. All right. Thank you. Bye. You have a good day.